Alright, just heading into Home Depot now. Looking for 3 items. Galvanized steel hanging strip. Forstner bit. I think it was a 5/8 inch. Oh, drywall anchors, although they're not for the wall. This is what I'm looking for. Steel strip, malleable, so it can be used to hang stuff. This is a Forstner bit, which is going to be used for drilling holes for the USB ports. Pretty important. Oh, where the drywall anchors are. Maybe we'll go for some smaller ones. Number 6. Alright, we're selling for number 6s. Okay, so tally up of everything that we have. Drywall anchors. This is a 5/8 inch drill bit, Forstner bit actually, and steel strapping. And for additional cable management, we have here the IKEA FIXA cable management kit. This is brand new. I haven't used any of it yet. Not sure if we're going to use any of it, but it's always nice to have this when you're doing cable management. And then we have here our power tools. So just a drill and an impact driver. Usually a screwdriver is all you really need to tighten these steel strappings into your table. Unless you have like a really hard wood table, then you probably want a drill. Okay, step 1. We're gonna have to take everything off the table. Step 2, we want to make sure we know where we're going to be drilling. These are going to be quite visible once we've drilled them, so we want to make sure that they stay out of the way. Now, one thing to note, the way that the IKEA tables are built is, well, there's a plank of wood right here, and then the in-between parts are just 2 particle boards, and inside is essentially paper. Want to keep that in mind. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to bring this table, I'm going to detach the legs, bring it over here, and drill it here. So just give me 1 moment. Okay, so we have the table moved now, detach the legs. Now we can get a better view of what I'm drilling into. So first of all, I guess we will drill the hole for the keyboard. Turn it around. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to clamp the table down so it doesn't move anywhere. You won't need to do this if it's just standing on its legs. Awesome, this table's not going anywhere. Get our Forstner bit, get our drill. Okay, one thing to know is that you actually want to tape up your surface before drilling right into it. This way you can prevent damage from occurring on the surface. And now we're good to go to drill. Never actually used one of these Forstner bits before. Let's go right ahead. Alright, that's the first layer. Drill it right through to the second. Okay. Yeah, probably gonna want some tape on the other side too. Okay, we're gonna go right ahead and drill the next ones. The USB actually doesn't fit through. Fortunately, I can run the other side through. The USB-A side doesn't fit through, so if you wanna drill your own holes, I recommend getting something like a 3/4 inch bit instead of this 5/8 inch bit. You can see that's where the tear out happened. This is why you want a layer of tape on the other side too. Okay, it's time for the big review. Let's see how they turned out. When you peel these pieces off, you want to do it carefully because I actually put a few scratches into the surface by tearing off pieces of masking tape, and that is perfect. Okay, they all turned out really nice, no sanding required. We are going to go ahead and do the cable management part now. So this is the bottom side of the table. That is the back side, this is the front side where my keyboard is going to be. In my sketch, I pretty much laid out how I want the cables to be. This is a 1/10 scale of this whole table. First of all, I want the power strip pinned right here. And this is the power strip. how I'm going to make this happen is I'm going to use some of this steel strapping. This part of the table is just a wooden plank. I can drill right into it without worrying about anything falling out. So I don't need the drywall anchors for this part. This is the IKEA FIXA. And there are screws in here. Now you can use any screws, I just decided to use these because they're convenient. So I found the easiest way to do this is just to scratch it up a whole bunch by using these pliers, and then you break them off by bending them. So this is how long I'm going to cut every strip. And I think I'm just going to need 2 of them. This is the part where we're going to use the impact driver instead of the drill. It would really help to have a second pair of hands for this. There we have it. And now we're going to drill the other sides in. The placement of the power brick is going to be right here. And so I need to drill a hole here and here to insert my drywall anchors. These are the drywall anchors we're going to be using. They're just your regular hammer and drywall anchors. We'll be using 2 of them. It is very easy to drill through it because it's only a piece of particle board. We're going to use the FIXA kit now for the rest of the stuff. The alarm clock cable will run from here. These look handy. Yeah, so these are what I'm going to use to work the cables into my design. There was a lot more planning and hammering that went into this. Eventually, I had to make a few holes bigger. The cool circuit design I was going for also did not translate into the product. Still, what I got was a super clean setup, all the cables are out of the way, and the keyboard even looks wireless now. Alright, so we're heading out again. I get the feeling you're going to be seeing this route a whole lot more in these vlogs now that it's summer and I'm heading out more. I also brought the whole setup here, and I have a few means of carrying it around without just holding it, so that's going to force me to vlog a little more.